What is up, people? Van from the Vaniverse Gaming Channel here with another video on Conan Exiles. In today's video, I want to give you an updated guide to farming Demon Blood easily. If you watched any of my other videos on getting Demon Blood, like the map room and whatnot, I told you to go to the Sandswept Ruins and kill some beasts over there. Don't do that. If you have, you probably realize how difficult they are now. And also, some of the other places where I used to get Demon Blood, they have significantly reduced or eliminated Demon Blood drops. So in today's video, I'm going to show you my top 5 things that I go after when I'm looking to get Demon Blood. The reason why I picked these 5 is because I feel like they have a very good spawn rate. They're not that hard to kill, and the amount of Demon Blood you get is worth it. So let's get started here. You can see I'm using some steel items, and I also got some star metal on me. The star metal, truthfully, is going to be for the black Yeti who you see standing over there. Also with me, I have Fred here. So if you didn't already check out my video, you can click on the eye in the top right-hand corner on how to farm greater showbacks extremely easily at a low level. Having a pet or a friend or a thrall is very helpful because they can tank the creature and then you can kill them, because these are elite monsters, all of them, and even one is an actual boss. So these are mini bosses for the most part, and then one world boss. So you're going to need someone to tank for you in order to kill these. So let's get started here. So the first one I want to show you guys is the Kappa, which is also known as the Shaleback. They spawn all along here in this newbie area. There's also this place over here called the Oasis of Nekhet. There's a ton of Shaleback spawns there. And so these things give a really decent amount of Demon Blood for how hard they are to kill. So I don't know why he's not chasing me. There he goes. Come on, buddy. Okay, so now my pet has aggro on him. You notice that I'm just using steel weapons here. Nothing big on this guy. Very easy to kill with steel weapons, and if you have a greater Shaleback, this is not the optimal place to stand because I'm not right behind him. But with a Shaleback tanking him, I got 20 strength. He dies extremely easily, okay? Now you also notice that I'm using a stone hatchet. Hatchet is still the best weapon, in my opinion, to get Demon Blood from. And I'm using stone just to show you how much you get. So imagine if you had a star metal hatchet or better, and if you had an enhancement on your weapon to harvest more, how much you would be getting from here. So right there. So we got 57 Demon Blood from him. And you saw how easy he was to kill having a pet around the tank. So 57 Demon Blood, extremely easy to kill. That is number 1 on my list because he's very easy to get. There's lots of spawns. And since I'm going to be farming to get greater Shalebacks, he's the first guy on my list. So another very plentiful creature that has elites is, this is shocking, but a Rocknose. So if you come down here to the desert right here, there's this Tower of the Bats. All along this area near the Tower of the Bats, there are a lot of Rocknoses. They're all up in here. I mean, there's Rocknose spawns everywhere. But this is where I go to farm iron, right here around the Tower of Bats. And there are a good amount of these Rocknose. And I usually run into 1 or 2 elites. That's in F5. And so, again, if you have a pet, they're not so hard to fight, so we'll let him out of his cage. This is what he looks like. You can tell he's bigger than normal Rocknoses and the glowing eyes. All right, and here he comes. You can see 2 hits. He's almost dead with a steel sword. We want to get around behind him. You can bleed this guy. Shocking enough, he's made of stone, but you can still bleed him. So you can use daggers here. All right, and a hatchet works on this guy as well. So we already got rid of him, so let's see what he drops. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. So there you go. So from him, we got 69. So more than a Kappa. He was very easy to kill, and he dropped 69 Demon Blood. So between the Shalebacks and this one, that was 126 demon blood that we acquired just off of those. And I'm using a stone hatchet. If I was using a real good hatchet, you can imagine how much we would be getting. Okay, so the third one is going to be the Locust. So the Locust, again, has a ton of spawns. There are Locust nests everywhere. Up in here, over on this area right here, which is, what is that, I7. There are Locusts over near Sepamaru, over here in this area, which is like A8. There are Locusts over here in this whole little water area right here. I mean, there's just Locusts everywhere. So finding Locust Elite is going to be fairly easy to do. I will tell you that the Locusts are... I don't think they drop as much demon blood. And they're a little bit harder to kill. You can see he does not like the Black Yeti for some reason, so he's not attacking us. But we're still using steel weapons. You can see my greater Shaleback is getting poisoned from this guy, which tends to do more damage to him than normal, but he still should be fine. Alright, so there he is. He's down. And let's see what this guy drops. Okay, so we got 75 from him. So 75, there's spawns all over the map. I can port to these if you guys want to see them, but killing an elite Locust gave me 75. All right, so I am going to do the Yeti next. The Yeti is a world boss. He's going to take longer to kill, but he has a guaranteed spawn. All of these other creatures, they don't have a guaranteed spawn. There's a 2% chance that they're gonna spawn in place of another creature. So you could be wandering around looking for these. The Black Yeti has a guaranteed spawn. He always spawns right underneath this rockfall canyon, right up here. So he spawns in the frozen north. He's gonna be harder to get to, but you know he has a spawn that you can go to every time versus having to wait. He is a world boss, so he's going to take some time to kill. But your greater Shaleback should be able to tank him, no problem. So we're going to let him out of his cage. Now with him, I'm going to use star metal instead of steel. And he should start fighting. There we go. All right. So he is going to do a pretty decent amount of damage to your pet. So the goal would be... get him bled a little bit here, and then start using my two-hander to whittle him down. You're going to want to try and do more damage to him than he can do to your pet. And so now that we have that, we're going to go straight two-hander. Actually, we want our star metal two-hander. So you can look and see that my greater pet is doing just fine tanking this guy. This guy has a lot of slow attacks, slow animations. So because of that, he doesn't do a lot of damage. So that's why I choose him as one of the best ones to farm for demon blood. You don't even need a pet. I mean, you could probably do this without having a pet tank him. But it's just nice to have a pet there, just for the shoal thing. But he's getting pushed up against my other pen, which is not necessarily good because I don't want to get hit by him, A, but I also don't want him to break open the pen that I'm trying to do here. So you can see my pet is sundered and crippled. That is not from the Yeti. That's from me doing damage with my two-hander. He's actually taking more damage from me than he is from the Yeti. So using a two-hander has its disadvantages for that reason there. But it also does the most amount of damage. You could use a spear instead of a two-hander if that's what you want to do. If you look at pet health-wise, my pet has more health than the Yeti does. So we're just going to do overhand slices with this guy just for the chance of not hitting our pet. So just want heavy attacks, not the big swiping heavy attack, because we don't want our pet to keep on taking damage. Because the pet's really not taking damage from the Yeti. He's really taking damage from me. Alright, so we'll re-dot him up again. So this is a world boss. This is probably one of the easier world bosses to kill. So I'm giving you the full demonstration of what it takes to kill this guy. I mean, my pet is not even half dead, and most of the damage that was caused to him, whoopsies, most of the damage that was caused to him was by me. So we're still doing fine where my pet is taking less damage than he is. And if I wasn't going ham earlier and using my two-hander like I was, he probably would have, oh gosh, we got to get back around. He probably would have even more health than he does now. Come back around here. This is like a terrible place to fight this guy because this silly wall, he keeps backing him up against it. Alright, so we'll put some more poison on him. Make sure we don't accidentally get in front of him. Actually, you can't attack now. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Let's kind of move over here. Hopefully my guy will come with me. Hopefully he'll follow. There we go. That'll pull him out here. So you can see the damage ratio. It's still, my Shaleback is still winning the fight here. Let's get out from under him. I might have just hurt him a little bit more than I probably should have right there. Yeah, it's still fairly even though I kind of screwed up and hit my Shaleback pet. A spear would have probably been better for this guy, but c'est la vie. Alright, back to poisoning. I mean bleeding. So the reason why this guy is number 2 on the list is because the amount of time and effort it takes is a little bit, for the amount of demon blood you get, it's not as good as one other creature, which I'm going to show you here in a little bit. That's why. Alright. Okay. I have to be careful myself. Can't accidentally get hit by him. Oops. He's turning again. And he's almost dead. Oh, I'm using the wrong two-hander. Which is why this is taking longer, because I keep forgetting. But you can see how slow this guy is. Like, he's just super, super slow in everything he does. I've been using the wrong weapons, which is why this is taking so long. I don't know why. I think I accidentally just bleeded my own guy. Yeah. This would have taken not nearly as long if I was using the star metal the whole time instead of steel for a lot of it. My pet might actually die because of it, but I think we'll be okay. Alright, finally dead. Okay, so with that being said, let's see how much this guy drops. This is the reason why. So again, we're using just the stone hatchet. That's it. He also gives you a skeleton key, by the way, to open up other chests, legendary chests. There you go. 129 demon blood and a skeleton key to open up a legendary chest for that guy. Probably the easiest world boss to kill, and probably the second, he gives the most demon blood of anything else that I've run into, but for how long it takes him, he's not nearly as efficient as what we're going to fight next. So my Shaleback's hurting pretty good, but number 1 on the list, and probably the best, is going to be the Crocodile. So where is he? Hello? Croc? I think the Croc died. Okay, we're going to spawn the Croc in. I think he might have gotten killed in that little soiree. So the mini Croc, the mini boss Crocodile, is by far the best source of demon blood for the amount of difficulty. He also spawns in the newbie area, kind of where the Kappas spawn. I'll show you here in a second. He's very easy to kill, as long as you have something tanking. And so we're using steel here. And the amount that you're going to get for the amount of work, I'm going to repair this because it's actually going to break if I don't, is number 1 on the list for Demon Blood and how much you get for how easy it is. Okay, so let's show you. 33, 42, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90, 102. So, 102 Demon Blood for the Crocodile. So there you go. That is my top 5 list of the best creatures to get Demon Blood. I feel like the Kappa is the least amount, but isn't too hard, followed by the Rocknose, then the Locust, then the Black Yeti, solely because he's a static spawn. That's why he's only number 2 on the list, and he's a world boss, which makes it harder to kill him. And then the Croc being number 1 on how easy it is to kill him and the most Demon Blood dropped. So before we go, I will show you that this is where the Crocs spawn, all in the newbie area. There's this little pond right here in, what is that, G4, that there's a lot of crocodiles around. And over here, right around this area right here, there are a lot of crocodiles around here. So hopefully you'll be able to find one that can give you that. Now, again, this is all with a stone hatchet. So if you're carrying anything better than a stone hatchet, you can almost double the amount of Demon Blood, and you can imagine what that's like. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. If you do, leave some likes. Sorry killing the Yeti took a little bit longer. Leave your comments below, ask any questions. Van from the Vaniverse Gaming Channel. Cheers and peace out.